Hello, my name is Bledar Feta. I'm an international relations specialist working for the Hellenic Foundation for European and Foreign Policy, ELIAMEP, a think tank based in Athens, Greece. At ELIAMEP, we are currently implementing the European funded project PAVE, which stands for Preventing Violent Extremism through Community Resilience. This video will present you the concept of community resilience as this is understood in the context of PAVE project, and we will put under the microscope the factors that makes communities more resilient against violent extremism. Always based on the results and the findings of the fieldwork research our team conducted in two municipalities in North Macedonia. In the PAVE project, we define resilience as the ability of political systems and both formal and informal arrangements at the community level to adjust to changing political and social conditions. As our focus in PAVE is on the meso level of community dynamics, the concept of resilience more specifically underscores the structural and agency-based capacity of community to react to the threat of violent extremism. Therefore, resilience assumes awareness of the problem by different stakeholders in a community and their aggregated action to act against a certain phenomenon. It also includes the community's attitudes towards such phenomenon and their reaction in the wake of the emergence of the violent extremism activity or events perceived as leading up to its appearance. Resilience, hence, encompasses three dimensions of stakeholder agency: awareness, attitude, and action. Resilience comprises micro, individual, meso, community, and macro structural factors that overlap, intertwine, and influence each other. The factors that increase community resilience are affected by the resilience of the individuals that constitute the community and are supported or impeded by the national infrastructures that serve and or contain it. When it comes to resilience, the most significant outcome of the fieldwork is that building community resilience is a multifaceted effort that needs to include all sorts of stakeholders in a very coordinated way, as well as the investigation of all forms of extremism that could exist in a specific community. Even when intervention with regards to one form of extremism, for example, religious extremism, is planned, the ethnic dimension and possibly a connected inter-ethnic or political problem needs to be considered because religious extremism often sits on top of a delicate inter-ethnic balance. Thus, a way to deal with a different form of extremism needs to be found as these are interlinked. In terms of releasing factors, economic development is a major driver of community resilience. Education and online media literacy are also a relevant factor of resilience, both on the individual and group level. All participants in the fieldwork recognized the symbiotic relationship that exists between resilience and education. Their main argumentation is that the education system has certain attributes that make it unequally placed for building individual, community, and systemic resilience. Especially in ethnic divided countries like North Macedonia, education retains higher public value because it reaches both populations, serving as a critical hub for information sharing and critical thinking. There is no doubt that education is seen as a powerful instrument for building community resilience against radicalization processes, but it can also work in the opposite direction if the education professionals do not have the means and the capacities to recognize, to flag up signs of extremism, and monitor cases when young people are exposed to radical material and narratives. The equation is becoming more complicated if local teachers and school psychologists are not appropriately trained about the notion of resilience and what it entails. In terms of community actors, the role of local official institutions and civil society organizations contribute to resilience through the implementation of related community projects. Local level stakeholders have played an important role in early warning of the emergence of radical narratives in the communities. Local communities are very early on resilience that they identify extremism, but the national level does not recognize it in time. The contribution of civil society actors in building resilience among young population is also very significant. The community centers for young people created by local NGOs have emerged into important places for building resilience. From the fieldwork, it is also obvious that consolidated community institutions of faith are the stronghold of community resilience. There is no any other institution, even the state, that has such a decentralized type of approach, since in every single neighborhood there is an imam or a priest. When official religious communities are not proactive enough, then the space for radical actors open up and they operate. The international community plays also a significant role in building resilience through executing pressure on local and national authorities. Interference by international players or actors is welcomed by internationals tend to mistake the types of extremism that exist in the community by misreading its forms in a way that it fits better their agendas. And this results in a misapplication of tools to combat radicalization, affecting negatively, as you can understand, the community resilience. Women are vital agents of change in countering violent extremism in specific communities, and their significant role in strengthening community resilience is widely recognized by the fieldwork. All in all, the prevention of radicalization and violent extremism requires a multi agency mechanism and a well coordinated response among all actors involved in the process. We argue that the coordination and cooperation of all actors involved is the key for making all strategies for the prevention of violent extremism more responsive to the needs of the community, enhancing in this way community resilience. Thank you very much for your attention.